Hey, hello, and welcome back to my AuthorTube channel. I'm Autumn Ashley, and today is going to be a writing vlog slash a few other things that I will get into the specifics of a little bit later. It's pretty late in the day. I usually don't sleep in. I usually like to get up on my days off around 8 o'clock in the morning. However, it's like 10:15. We're gonna pick up the breakfast that I went ahead and ordered online, and then we're going to start our day by editing a video that is going to be going up tomorrow. So by the time you're seeing this video, that video will be up already, and you should totally go check it out. Very busy day. We are already behind, but it's okay because we can only get better. Breakfast has been consumed and I am finishing up my latte, and y'all, if you have never had lavender and honey with caramel, highly recommend. It is life-changing. I have a lot to do. I will go into the specifics now. The reason I didn't go into the specifics earlier is because I did not have caffeine. And now I have caffeine with an extra shot of espresso. So we are ready to rock and roll now. On today's to-do list, I need to finish writing chapter 23 for my story. And last Saturday, I ended up finishing chapter 22, which was awesome. It was so exciting. I was so happy. Hey guys, Editing Autumn jumping in here just for a second. I did not realize I did not talk about chapter 21 at all. But I did want to mention that I ended up writing that chapter off camera. There was not really anything for me to really talk about, and I don't really remember how I felt about that, about writing all of that, because I've been feeling great about this entire process and about writing this whole draft in general. Today, we will be continuing on with chapter 23. Hopefully I can finish chapter 23 today. If not, I can finish it tomorrow, but I really would like to finish it today. Since tomorrow, which is Saturday, I have a lot to do on Saturday, and I do still want to write, but I probably won't be able to write as much. I also need to edit that video that I was talking about. It doesn't sound like a lot, it's time-consuming stuff. Editing a video takes me so freaking long. Like, I really don't understand why it takes me like 8 hours to edit a video. I like the way they turn out, but by golly, they take me forever. And writing chapter 23, I think I'm about halfway through chapter 23. Maybe I can work on it for about 2 hours. I think that'd be a good time frame. And maybe not all at once. Maybe do like 30 minutes, take a break and do something else, and then do another 30 minutes sprint, and then do something else. So that's what I'm thinking. I do also want to discuss like the POV in my story, because it had started out as first person and now it's third person. I do want to talk about that a little bit more in depth after we get some stuff actually done. Without further delay, because this is going to turn into a rambling session, let's go ahead and start working on editing that video, and I can do that until maybe like 1. So I can work on it for about an hour and a half and see how far I can get. And that video shouldn't take me too long, because that's my Preptober / NaNoWriMo announcement, and that video is not very long. I'm gonna take a quick break from editing that video. While I do that, I want to talk about my POV and why I wanted to change, and if I like it, how do I feel about it. Originally, when I started writing the story back, like my original outline, my original draft, my original everything, all the original hoopla. When I first got into the story, I wanted it to be first person. I've only ever written things in first person, and as I was getting more familiar with the story, I realized that there was a lot of stuff that happens that I can't explain in just first person. And so then I had contemplated, well, why don't I do multiple POV first person? And I was a little nervous about doing that because of voices and making sure that they don't sound too similar when they're supposed to be two separate people. I didn't really like that for a potentially a high fantasy novel. I didn't really like that idea. And so then I thought about third person, and I thought third person would be excellent versus it being in first person. So I like the third person for this story for the simple fact of I can follow Brina for a little bit and then skip back to other characters and tell it from third person. That is what this first draft is written in third person, which has been a journey in itself. So since this was the first time I had ever written in third person, when I first started writing the story in third person, there were so many times when I kept switching back to first person. It was having to get into my mindset that no, you have to talk about these characters in third person, always. Eventually, I could tell I was getting familiar with it, and I could tell that I was getting more comfortable with writing in third person. It was a huge learning curve to take it from first person and then start to write in third person. And for this story, the third person is awesome. I've been having a lot of fun playing around in the third person too, and I think something that has definitely kept my momentum going with the story is I would write in the third person, and once I got stuck, or if I wasn't sure quite where I wanted things to go for this story or for where those characters were gonna be, I would pause, go ahead and flip to another character, and then start writing from what's happening with them. And I started doing that towards the end of like Act 2 and all through Act 3. So Act 1 really just kind of follows Brina in third person, but as the story went on, I definitely was getting more comfortable with writing in third person, so I was bouncing back and forth between some of the characters. Once I finish this first draft of Project Brina, and before I start getting into the second draft, I want to do a lot more reading of books that are in third person, because a lot of the books that I read are in first person. So I want to change it up and read more books that are in third person. I wanted to take a break and step away from the writing that I've been doing. I've been writing for about 30 minutes working on chapter 23, but before I talk about chapter 23, I want to talk a little bit about chapter 22. Last Saturday, I wrote for two-hour sessions of writing, which was a whole bunch of writing. It was crazy. I did my live stream, and after my live stream, I went straight into writing for, I don't know, maybe another hour after that. I took a break and then I went back to writing. So I pretty much wrote the whole entire day last Saturday. So I was able to finish chapter 22, and that chapter came along very, very well. That chapter, if you follow the 3-act, 9-block, 27-chapter structure, that chapter is called The Power Within. I don't really know what else to really say about that chapter other than I felt super confident in that chapter, and I was able to wrap up some things that were happening in the story, which was really nice. So chapter 23, which is the action or the rally, right now the characters are kind of grouping together. Everyone's coming to like the end basically, or they're coming to the final battle scene. I'm having a lot of fun setting that up with both sides. I'm excited for the rest of the story because I think it's going to be pretty much a breeze since now it's just going to be the whole fight scene and the resolution, and then I'm done, and the conclusion and the cliffhanger, and then we're done. Super, super excited about it. So chapter 23, which is what I'm working on right now, I want to read through the chapter again just to make sure, but I think I finished that chapter. Honestly, I'm super excited about it because then that means I'll be on chapter 24, and I will have chapter 24, 25, 26, and 27 left, and I'll be done with draft 1. I wanted to look at my total word count for this draft because I definitely feel like Act 1, these chapters were very beefy. I had a lot of words in each of the chapters. In Act 2, I feel like I pulled back a little bit on the reins, and I did not write as much for Act 2, and for Act 3 I did not want to get into like huge depth about some of the things because a lot of the story is definitely growing and shaping and changing. I kept it very basic with like, this is what's happening in the story, and going back to Act 1 and Act 2 to see what could be tied up in a cute little bow and go from there. So it's going along great. Alright, my reading friends, I just want to give you guys a little bit of updates on everything that have been going on with my story. I did a crap ton of writing in it. Like, chapter 21 through 24 is a lot of writing, and it's a lot of chapters to get through. So I definitely didn't get a chance to talk about all of it, but I ended up finishing chapter 24. And what's really, really awesome about finishing chapter 24, besides only having 3 chapters left of my entire story before I'm finished with draft 1, I ended up finishing chapter 24, not during a live stream with my lovely friend Sarah Sutton, not during that, but her and I talked afterwards, and we both had a lot of stuff that we had to do. We decided to be accountability buddies. I don't know if you follow me on Instagram. If not, you should totally follow me on Instagram, because I document my writing journey on there, and I post when I do live streams and all that fun stuff. After the live stream happened, her and I were accountability buddies. We were keeping each other updated, and it was so freaking awesome because we both ended up hitting whatever our goals were, which mine was finishing at chapter 24. I can't remember exactly what Sarah's was, but she finished her goal at the exact same time that I finished my goal, which was chapter 24. Not only did I finish chapter 24, I ended up passing 50,000 words in the entire document, which is bizarre. Honestly, I am very much behind on the word count that I wanted to be at. I wanted each of the acts, which I have 3 acts in my story, I wanted each act to be about 25,000 words. And with me almost finished with my document with 24 chapters written and it being only 50,000 words, I'm definitely very short of the 75,000 words I wanted the document to have. But it's fine. It's fine. It's totally fine. My total word count for the entire document up till chapter 24 is 50,205 words. That's going to be it for this vlog, and I will see you guys in the next one. And in the next vlog, we're gonna finish it. We are going to finish this novel. I'm so stoked, so excited, so happy that you guys are here with me too. If you want to see how this journey ends, I'll see you guys in the next vlog. Bye.